Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the Liberator Guide series. Today, we'll be going over air-to-air Liberator tips. This next concept is a little hard to grasp, in my opinion. However, hopefully you will understand it. So, hard versus soft engagements. Hard engagements are engagements you cannot run away from. If you engage, you either live or die. It is not recommended to take these engagements as a newer player. Soft engagements are engagements you likely can run away from or escape. How you determine what will or won't be a hard engagement entirely depends on the player and situation. Skill level plays a big factor in what you can escape or live from. There's a Goldilocks zone, so to say. A line of where you are very close to being in a hard engagement but not so far away that you aren't even shooting at anything. This imaginary line is constantly moving. It depends on many factors such as AA in an area or the amount of enemy aircraft in the area. For air-to-air engagements, it heavily varies. A universal tip to avoid hard engagements in any situation is to have cover, namely a friendly base with a sky shield. These things are your life source if you are venturing farther into enemy territory. As long as you have some type of cover near you or a plan to escape, you can avoid hard engagements. If you have friendlies near you, you can avoid hard engagements very easily. This can be a difficult concept to grasp. Think of it this way. You do not want to be so close to an enemy or in a danger zone that if you are going to get engaged, you will be dead, no matter if you have cover or start to run away. Just think. Think about what might happen if you're engaged in a certain spot. Can you live or will you die? Those are the types of engagements. A few points I have before you go into ESF fights and lib fights is avoid frustration. Do not slam your head against a wall. If air seems to be unplayable on a specific day, do not try to force it. Some will argue it is a means of improving, dying over and over, but it is a means to get tired of libbing and air-to-air play in general. Another tip is live to fight another day. Don't force fights, play passively, play smartly, and tactically run away. This goes back to the hard and soft engagements. If engagements or areas are too hot, try to pull one air off from the pack or try to poke the bear from a distance. Hard engagements need to get saved for when you have support or know you can win. ESF fights in a Liberator. Rush good pilots for an easier shot for your gunner. How this works is when you have full afterburner, point towards the enemy pilot, afterburn, and quickly pitch up to give your gunner a shot. Closing the distance with a good ESF pilot is key if you're trying to kill one. Liberators lose effectiveness the farther you get. More range equals harder to hit a hovering and dodging ESF. Rushing hover fighting ESFs is critical if you are running a Dalton. Most Liberator rushes will force the ESF into a vulnerable position, and most of the time ESFs will tend to put themselves into a non-changing axis of motion. In English, that means they're going in a single direction, not dodging. It may not last long, but it gives you an opportunity you would not have otherwise had. Keep in mind, fighting top-tier ESF pilots or simply pilots who know how to dodge a Dalton can be very hard to kill as a Dalton gunner. If you wish to not have this problem, run a Hyena, as much as I hate to say that. Lib fights in a Liberator. Lib fights are usually won or lost with a TB or Vector. A good nose gun run can do half HP on a lib and make it easier to win against them. If you are circling an enemy lib and are both shooting at each other, you can dodge a Dalton or at least throw the enemy gunner off. Hit your throttle analog key, this will halt your lib. The best way to time this is right when you hear the enemy Dalton fire or when you think they will fire very soon. Once the Dalton goes by, afterburn and start going forward again. You can also mash your afterburner key, and it does sort of the same thing as stopping, it's just slightly less effective. Be cautious of top tier lib crews. It is best to just vector them down, as a good Dalton gunner will likely beat you a lot. Finally, with air-to-air tips, practice makes perfect. I could go hours into tactics of fighting air, but the best way to learn is to experience. Fighting air effectively will take a lot of time to get decent at, but hopefully with this guide you won't want to rip your hair out or quit immediately. Good players will insta-mark you at first, but over time you'll find yourself getting better and better and be able to hold your own more. And this concludes the entire Liberator guide. I hope everybody enjoyed watching these and maybe you learned a little something. I kind of it's mostly oriented towards the newer player, that's why the tips are kind of like more dumbed down. Not really dumbed down, but it's just not really in-depth stuff. It's just kind of basic surface level things you need to understand and know when you're getting into a Liberator. So if you have any questions, let me know, send me a message. I'm happy to help. Message me on Discord, we can talk, I can give you some tips or whatnot. We can fly together if you want to, I don't really care, we can do anything. But thanks for watching, have a good day, peace out.
One. Two. Three.
Hostile Liberator spotted.
Happening. 4. Ah.
Hostile
I'm so
Liberator
good at
spotted.
dodging. Getting real close too, who knows? Nice. Wow.
Thanks.